Hey everyone, Kuba Swensk here. I want to show you how the manifestation process actually works and how you can start creating the life that you truly want. So today's topic we want to cover is manifestation roadmap to success. We all know we have deep reservoirs of potential. The question which we ask ourselves on a day-to-day basis is, how can we bring more of it to the surface? This all comes down to the quality of our thinking. Are we thinking about problems? Are we thinking about solutions? Are we thinking about our wants? Or are we focused on our don't wants? Where is our attention going towards? This all comes down to what kind of person are you and what kind of person are you becoming? A person's construct is fabricated in their qualities and their identities and personalities they hold. Qualities such as being smart, strong, courageous, confident, a great communicator, an active listener, being empathetic, being funny, a bold action taker. The identities and personalities they hold, it could be a parent, a partner, an athlete, sports star, corporate worker or a tradesman, husband or a wife, friend, entertainer, or a businessman. Reflecting on the results in all areas in your life, you need to ask yourself, are they the results I do want or are they the results I don't want? If it's the don't wants, this is where you have to start working on improving it. Start raising your standard and adopting these qualities. Start looking at the top level performers in all of these areas. Seek advice, guidance, counsel, never opinions, because opinions are not facts. You want to get what you want from these people, the qualities, and start adopting it into your life so you can better your identity and personality. And the goal here is that you want to work on 1 or 2 areas at a time, not 20. 20, you're stretching yourself way too thin and you're going to lead yourself to burnout, overwhelm, and probably you're going to take zero action. Now, the problem, of course, is that most of us finish school and we stop learning, expanding, experiencing. It's crazy that the average person reads at a 7th grade level. Once they finish school, they never work on improving it. As well as that 1% of the world owns 96% of the wealth. Why is that? The educational system basically teaches us to clock on, clock off, to do this, do that. We are being told what to do. We're never expressing ourselves, our true nature. We're never asking the right questions. We're being told what to do. We're never seeking expression or expansion. And you can see this in the workplace, for example, that an employee most of the time would be asking, okay, what do I do now? What do I do next? They're not doing the thinking for themselves. They're asking how to think. We need to understand that there's 3 planes of understanding: spiritual being, educational mind, and the physical body. The spiritual being, it's our spirit and our soul. Spirit in terms of seeking expression, expansion, seeking to do things far greater than what we're currently doing, living our true nature and true purpose. We're seeking creation. The spirit is also identified as the ego, identity, and recognition. It's also important to acknowledge our soul and to ground our spirit into being complete, showing love, being at peace in a resting state. So we have to really find a good balance between seeking expression, wanting to do things better, faster, greater, such as having a greater body, a great relationship, bigger house, bigger car. We need to ground ourselves in the present, find ourselves at oneness, that we love our life in where we are right now, and we just want to create more of it. We just want to create more abundance. In terms of the educational mind, it's the conscious mind, based on our sensory factors and what we see, taste, smell, hear, and touch. I think I got that right. It's all the information that we process on a day-to-day basis. So this is what I asked you before, where is your attention going towards? In terms of the physical body, this is how we experience life in the 3D world, based on what we see in the conscious mind, what we think is right or wrong, what we see as truth. Everyone's truth is different. Everyone's perception is different. It's what kind of person are you? What kind of person are you becoming that you need to acknowledge? Based on the problem before, why don't we expand, get better? Most of it has to do with being safe and secure, that we're happy in our bubble. Or maybe we're simply ignoring our true nature, true purpose, our spirit, that we want to do this, but we feel like it's the unknown and it's unsafe, that we don't know what's going to happen. And another factor is that society norms, that if we seek expression from our spirit, that we may fear judgment, failure, getting it wrong, fear of not being perfect. We get stuck in where we are. The last one is our belief systems. What kind of belief systems do we hold about ourselves? Are we saying that we're not good enough, that we're not capable, that we're not perfect? It keeps us grounded in where we are, never seeking expression, expansion, but just being and continuing to doing the known things on a day-to-day basis because it's safe, it's secure. We get stuck in our comfort zone, and a lot of this has to come down to having zero goals, having no direction in life. When you don't know what you want, 100% you're going to feel safe and secure being told what you do want or what to do in your day job. Really important that you do have goals. It's like going on a holiday, but you have no destination. That's the same example as having zero goals. So we know that the mind is the most greatest power in all creation. If we were to go for a visualization practice, and if I were to ask you, how does a car look like in the screen of your mind? You will picture a car, 2-door, 4-door, color red, color blue. If I were to ask you to picture a fridge in the screen of your mind, you will picture a 2-door, split door, top, bottom, color silver or white. If I were to ask you, what does the mind look like in the screen of your mind? Most of you might think it's the brain, that the mind is the brain. The brain is the physical component, but the mind is not the brain. The mind is an activity. Just like I said before, it's looking for expression, expansion. It's looking for that, or it's looking for problems. And if you're denying that, the expression, the expansion, most likely you're creating the problems in your life. And you're creating the negativity, the negative vibe. What we need to understand is how the mind works to start creating the life that we want. And this comes down to understanding how it works based on Dr. Thurman Fleet's model, who drew the mind. And he said that there's a problem in the healing arts and how we're treating people. That we're treating people at a symptom level as opposed to the system level. He drew the mind as 2 circles, a stick figure, split in this first circle as the conscious mind in the first half, subconscious mind and the body. The conscious mind is our sensory factors, what we see, smell, taste, touch, and hear. This correlates to 10% of the results in our life. Then on a deeper level, we've got the subconscious mind, which is about 60%. This is where our beliefs, interests, identities, and habits lie. And the remainder of our efforts comes from the universe. Being in harmony with the universe, such as the law of attraction, the law of polarity, the law of oneness, the list goes on. If we're always working on the conscious mind in what we see as truth, we're just creating more of it. We're creating more of what we already know. To address the system, we need to address where our beliefs lie. What's the identity we hold with ourselves in who we are, who we're becoming? What's the habits that we have that's giving us the results in our life? You can see this in all areas in society. Everything is being treated on a symptom level as opposed to system. Business, sales, schools, health, people. Business, for example, an employer isn't happy with the performance of their colleague. They get fired and they hire someone else. Is there a good chance that they will perform the same level of work as that previous employee? 100%. Because everything gets filtered from top down, based on the company values, the company standards, their training system, their support system, their culture. That employee becomes a product of their environment, and they get the same results and that business stagnates. There's no growth, it's just maintenance. In terms of sales, a salesperson gets their sales sheet. They get pulled up by the sales manager. You're not performing. Why aren't you performing? You need to look at the subconscious level in their beliefs, their identities, their habits. Are they making the cold calls? Are they showing up on time? Are they performing X amount of calls a day? In terms of school is a great example. A student receives an F in their report card and their parents get pulled up by the school teacher saying, your son or daughter is a failure. They're not a failure. It just shows them where their mind was at while they were taking the test. Maybe they're not interested about that subject. Maybe they have other dreams and aspirations they want to do outside of school. Health, person's overweight. They have a bad diet, poor fitness habits. Now, if they just change their diet, for example, eating clean and training regularly, and then they lose a couple of kilos, but they revert back to the old self, it's because they haven't adapted the habit, that it's a lifestyle change. So you can see everything's being treated on a symptom level as opposed to a system level. So the mind controls the body, and the manifestation process works based on how we think, how we feel, and how we act. And a good example of that, if we're having positive thoughts about knowing who we are, loving life, seeking happiness in what we do, the people around us, we create a positive feeling, which creates a positive vibration in the body. This then creates action. And that's when the universe starts acting for us, giving us opportunities, giving us people, giving us information to really start creating the life that we want. The negative example, if we have negative thoughts about ourselves in what we do, in the people around us, always looking for problems, this creates a negative feeling, which sets up a negative vibration in the body. From there on, it takes inaction, and that's when we play the victimhood mindset, that life's not fair. This always happens to me. Nothing goes my way. You need to understand that your current reality is constructed from your personality, and your personality is the ultimate key to achieving success in your life. How your personality is constructed is how you think, how you feel, and how you act. I want to give you an example. A person wakes up to go to work. They shuffle onto the bathroom, they groom themselves a certain way, brush their teeth, do their business in the toilet, they hurry on to work. They connect with the same people, have the same conversation, push the same emotional buttons, do whatever they have to do at work because they're an expert. They're memorized, it's become a habit. They rush on back to home, they answer a few emails, they chuck on the TV, entertain themselves, hurry on, they go back to bed. Did their brain change at all that day? Did they experience anything new that day? They're creating the same life day in, day out, and expecting different results. To create a different life, to create better results, you have to think far greater than your environment. And how you think far greater than your environment is you need to start thinking greater than your environment based on having new train of thoughts, positive, affirming yourself who you are and who you're becoming. Create new choices in your life. New choices are going to create new actions and behaviors. It's going to create new experiences and it's going to create new feelings. You're creating your dream life day in, day out. And you're going to create more abundance. And that's how the manifestation really solidifies. So, when the body knows as much as the mind, it creates a habit. Habits is creating good automatic in our life, and it's there for us so we don't have to think, we don't have to do things, or it consumes too much energy. For example, if a person clean eats on a regular basis and goes to the gym, they already adopted the healthy lifestyle. If a person brushes their teeth, flosses their teeth, they've adopted good oral hygiene habits. Another example is that if a person cleans after themselves, either does their bed, cleans the kitchen once they finish the cooking, they've adopted good cleaning habits. If a person always puts away X amount of dollars a week on a week-to-week basis, they have good saving habits. Habits creates good automatic in our life, and it gives us more energy to do things, to seek expression and live our true nature, true purpose, to expand ourselves in what we're currently doing. Another good example is that we've got the habit that we already know how to drive, that we're just on autopilot, the head check just comes unconsciously, that we just turn the wheel as so because we've memorized it in our body. The body is an instrument of the mind, and the body follows what the mind does. And this is backed behind epigenetics. Whatever instructions are given by the mind, it sends a signal to inform the gene, which creates a protein which produces the result, as seen in this model here. The mind sends instructions to the gene releases a protein, and then the function happens. A good example, if you're stressed, you're sending out negative thoughts. those negative thoughts are signaling that gene, which sends out a protein, and then of course you're in that fight or flight response, and then you're in a state of chaos, anxiety. You're self-destructing inside when you're always on that stress elevated level. That's the power of our thinking, and we need to really be mindful in where our attention goes, because energy flows. So summarizing, we need to really ask ourselves, how am I acting? Where are my thoughts going towards? Am I creating a life far greater than my current environment? Seeking new train of thoughts, new train of choices, action and behaviors, experiences and feelings? And how is my personality? How am I thinking, feeling, acting? And what ideas am I fixing? Work on these habits, 1 or 2 at a time. And how you build healthy, strong habits is working on them consistently and repetitively. That is the master of all skills. So that's a quick video, guys, in the manifestation process. I hope you liked it. Stay tuned for more content.